Campus Update is back to inject a little regularity into your life. We did an episode just as this crazy lockdown started, but it got lost in the shuffle. Campus Update superfans can look for it right here on YouTube. Today, we have some news, sports updates, tips on how to spend that free time at home, food recommendations, and a very special message from your teachers. To start us off, Reed fills us in on how our sleepy little beach town hit the national news yet again last week.
Huntington Beach made some headlines last Friday when more than 100 demonstrators gathered in downtown Huntington Beach to protest California's stay-at-home order issued to combat the spread of COVID-19. Organizers say the rules of the stay-at-home policy will affect small business owners dramatically, along with others who say it is a restriction of their basic freedom that they need to support their families. But then health officials say this protest could result in them getting COVID-19 due to the large crowds they have formed, which makes it easier for the virus to travel from person to person. No arrests were made during the rally, which lasted about 2 hours, according to Huntington Beach police officer Angela Bennett. And when this story broke the surface, it gathered a lot of attention and popped up on places such as ABC News, LA Times, and NBC, along with a few others.
We really do live in interesting times. Yay us! There are more students in sports at Huntington than any other activity, and I'm sure most of you miss it. Turns out, our newest sports team is perfectly adaptable for social distancing and is in the playoffs right now. Connor's here to help us find out more.
While many sports are suspended due to the quarantine, esport leagues continue to have games and competitions online. So I asked Frankie how our school's teams are doing.
HBHS's esports team is a relatively new group at our school, only forming at the start of this school year. However, we've made great strides across all of our teams, from CSGO to Overwatch. Most recently, our League of Legends team managed to climb the ladder in the NASF League, and we made it all the way to playoffs. Despite the recent times of quarantine and social distancing, our team still tries to put in as much effort as we can in order to practice together. And we're lucky enough that we can still practice as a team in preparation for playoffs. Our hope is that once the tournament resumes post-quarantine, we'll be able to climb the ladder all the way up to finals so that we can then become league champions.
Next up, we have a pair of segments about dealing with our current situation. Some of these things you might already know about, but there's also some new things to try.
Oh, hi. I know it's really hard to stay away from your friends and family during this time of crisis, but don't worry, I'm here to give you some tips on how to social distance yourself. The first and best way to social distance yourself, as you probably know, is to just stay home. But if you have to go outside for some groceries or just for some fresh air, then remember to stay at least 6 feet away from everyone else. If you're out and you see a friend, say hi, and you can even have a conversation with them, as long as you stay 6 feet apart. Oh, hi, Reed.
Hey Oilers, I want to show you guys a few easy things that you can do at home to keep yourself busy and entertained. So the first thing you can do is wheat pasting. Wheat pasting is a pretty cool, fun thing to do. It's where you put printed pieces of paper on any wall or surface area and it'll stick to it. It's kind of a solution to using poster tape. You can just paste pictures on your walls and make your bedroom look pretty cool. It's pretty easy to do. Just go on YouTube and look up how to make wheat paste. There's really simple ingredients and everyone can pretty much make it at home. The only thing is it'll probably mess up your walls, but it's kind of worth it because it looks cool. Another thing that you can do is try to make some music. Right now, Logic Pro X, the software on Apple, is having a 90-day free trial. Even if you've never had any music experience, you might as well try it. It's normally a $200 software, and right now it's free. So it's definitely worth it to check it out. Another thing that you can do is meditation. I found this meditation app. It's called Balance, and it's super personalized, and it's something that seems pretty cool. So if you have nothing better to do and you think meditation sounds cool, you should give it a try.
Thanks guys. Speaking of keeping busy, the coronavirus quarantine has brought back lots of normal human things like cooking, and some of us need to develop new skills. Annika decided to try her hand at creating a special treat on our new segment, Quarantine Cooking.
Welcome to Quarantine Cooking. Today I'll be making an easy churro recipe that you and your family can do at home. For this recipe, you will just need some ingredients that you might even already have in your home. First ingredients I will be using are 1 cup water, 8 tablespoons butter, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 eggs, 1 1/2 cups of vegetable or canola oil, and 1/2 cup of sugar. I don't have a piping bag, but any easy DIY solution, such as cutting the corner off a gallon Ziploc bag, will do just fine. Now that we have all the ingredients, let's get started. Step 1. Combine water, butter, salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon in a 1 1/2 quart saucepan over medium heat. Bring the pot to a rolling boil. Step 2. Reduce the heat to low. Step 3. Add flour and stir until the mixture forms a ball. Remove from the heat and let rest for about 5 to 7 minutes. Step 4. Add eggs, one at a time, and stir until combined. Set aside. Step 5. Heat oil in a medium skillet or a saucepan over medium-high heat or until the temperature reaches about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Step 6. Spoon the dough into a piping bag fitted with a large star tip. Pipe 1-inch strips of dough over the saucepan, cut with a knife or scissors, and drop into the hot oil. Repeat until the churro bites fill the saucepan with room to fry. Step 7. Fry churro bites until golden brown. Remove with a slotted spoon or a mesh spider strainer. Step 8. Drain churro bites onto a paper towel. Step 9. Mix sugar and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon in a medium bowl. Toss the churro bites until fully coated. Now you can serve and enjoy. Have fun, be safe, and remember to wash your hands.
Thanks, Annika. For those of you still too scared to try out your culinary skills, many local businesses are in desperate need of our support. Here's some info on an old favorite on this week's HP Bites.
Hey Oilers! If you're anything like me, home cooking in quarantine is getting old. Small businesses around the globe are getting hit hard by the effects of quarantine. So, last week I decided to check out Ramain 39, a local ramen place located on Beach Boulevard. If you're not a fan of ramen, they also offer rice bowls, sushi rolls, and a ton of other options. Like most restaurants, they're open for takeout and delivery. If possible, I strongly recommend that you order directly through the restaurant, as delivery services like Postmates charge commission fees. It's important to stay safe while in quarantine, but I encourage you to support local, small businesses as much as you can so that when this is all over, we can still enjoy delicious, quality food.
Thanks, Kate. Next up, Hall Talk Guy himself sat down to chat with Mr. DeLazar. Let's see if either of them have anything interesting to say.
Hey Oilers, welcome to a new segment we like to call Call Talk. Today we have Mr. DeLazar as our guest. Mr. DeLazar, how are you doing?
Doing great. Happy to be here. This is a wonderful studio that you have, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, we just finished building it. It's pretty happy with how it turned out. And how have you been keeping busy?
I've been working hard. My wife is working from home, so I make sure to make breakfast, lunch, and dinner for her. She's also 8 months pregnant, so I have to make sure that the baby is fed as well as her, so I'm just making large portions and also teaching from home, that too.
Now, on a more serious note, imagine your perfect pizza. What toppings could be on that pizza?
Well, see, I actually know the answer to this because we've ordered it about 6 times since we've been home, and that would be, it's called, it's made by a place next to our house called Coach's Corner. It's a buffalo chicken pizza called the Chuck Norris, and it's got buffalo sauce, got ranch, bacon, and mozzarella cheese.
Very nice, very nice. Now, what has surprised you about the quarantine?
What surprised me is mostly how much my cat does sprints up and down the hallway during the day. I'm usually not home to see this, but my cat is actually very, very sophisticated in the arts of parkour.
And lastly, is there anything you want to say to the students watching at home?
I just want you guys to know that your teachers are, believe it or not, missing you.
It's been a long day without you, my friends. And I'll tell you all about it when this quarantine ends. We've learned the hard way that our students are friends. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when this quarantine ends. When this quarantine ends.
Damn, who knew? All this time for you, realizing you missed school. When we were standing right there talking to you about some simple math. We used to kick it in the class and laugh, but COVID told me that it wouldn't last. Had to roll out, look at things different through a Google Hangout. Those were the days, markers with dry erase. Now your parents will see why we need a raise.
How can we not talk about family when family's all that you got? Everything that you do, they're standing there by your side. And all you wanna do is just go outside.
It's been a long day without you, my friends. And I'll tell you all about it when this quarantine ends. We've learned the hard way that our students are friends. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when this quarantine ends. When this quarantine ends.
First you're told no school a month, seems no one understood. A month turned into 2, then 3, we out for good. Now this means no more class. If we could change it, maybe we would. We remember the good and bad and all of the ups and downs. Those who got 100% in all the class clowns. And the kids who took a bathroom pass and probably skipped town.
How can we not talk about family when family's all that you got? Everything that you do, they're standing there by your side. And all you wanna do is just go outside.
Oh, what your teachers want to say. Yeah, we miss you more than you know. And there will come a day when you won't be stuck at home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friends. And I'll tell you all about it when this quarantine ends. We've learned the hard way that our students are friends. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when this quarantine ends. When this quarantine ends.
Yeah, HB, from freshman to senior, we love you. We here for you. We want you to know, from our family to yours, that we miss you and we love you. We out.
Well, that's all we have for today, Oilers. We really hope you actually saw this episode and that you liked it. If you have anything going on that you'd like for us to report, hit us up on HBHS Campus Update on Instagram. See you next time.